Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel where we talk all things yarn. Today, we are going to discuss the top 10 tips for skein care. Taking care of your yarn is essential if you want your finished project to look great and last long. So, let's dive in. Tips 1. Store your skeins properly. Make sure to store your yarn in a dry and cool place to avoid any damage from moisture and heat. If you have a large stash, you can use a plastic bin or a vacuum-sealed bag to keep them organized. Tips 2. Avoid direct sunlight. Direct sunlight can fade the colors of your yarn and weaken the fibers. So, always store your yarn away from windows and any other sources of direct sunlight. Tips 3. Keep moths away. Moths love to feast on natural fibers like wool and silk. To keep them away, store your yarn in airtight containers, or use mothballs or cedar chips. Tips 4. Don't use perfume or hairspray near your yarn. Perfume and hairspray contain alcohol which can damage the fibers of your yarn. So, avoid using them near your yarn, especially if you're working on a project. Tips 5. Don't wash your skeins too often. Washing your skeins too often can cause them to lose their shape and become fuzzy. Only wash them if they really need it, and use a gentle detergent. Tip 6. Use a yarn winder. Using a yarn winder can help keep your yarn organized and prevent tangles. It also makes it easier to work with the yarn and saves time. Tip 7. Check for knots and joins. Before starting a project, make sure to check for any knots or joins in your skein. If you find any, make sure to untie them or cut them out to avoid any bumps in your finished project. Tips 8. Keep your pets away. Pets love to play with yarn, but they can also damage it. Keep your pets away from your yarn, especially if you're not around to supervise them. Tips 9. Don't pull too hard. When working with your yarn, avoid pulling too hard as this can damage the fibers and cause it to break. Instead, work gently and let the yarn do the work. Tips 10. Block your finished project. Blocking your finished project can help it maintain its shape and improve the drape of the fabric. Make sure to follow the blocking instructions for your particular yarn. So, those are my top 10 tips for skein care. By following these tips, you can ensure that your yarn looks great and lasts a long time. Do you have any tips for skein care? Let me know in the comments below. And as always, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.